If you like our video, click the button to subscribe to our channel and get easy access to new content. To see our full suite of ad-free video courses, instruction manuals, and quick reference guides, visit us at www.teachucomp.com. Panels in Photoshop contain the tools and settings you use to edit your document content. There are many panels in Photoshop. The panels in Photoshop are saved into an interface layout called a workspace, along with the other interface tools. To turn the display of a panel on or off in Photoshop, click the Window command in the menu bar. Then click to select the name of the panel to show or hide in the third and fourth sections of the drop-down menu that appears. Panel names in these sections of the drop-down menu that show a check mark to the left of their names are currently shown on screen. Panel names without a check mark do not appear on screen. Selecting the name of a panel in the drop-down menu toggles its on-screen display on or off. Panels in Photoshop can appear docked within the panel docks at the right, left, or bottom sides of the Photoshop application window, or appear floating over the document windows. Panels in Photoshop can also appear together with other panels in panel tab groups in these same locations. To move a panel, click and drag its panel name tab and release it over the desired location in the application interface. To add a panel to a panel dock or into a panel tab group in Photoshop, click and drag the panel by its tab name until the desired drop zone location glows blue, and then release it. To move and dock panel tab groups in Photoshop, click and drag the panel tab group by either the bar that appears above the group if the panel tab group is collapsed, or click and drag it by the blank area to the side of the panel tab names in the panel tab group if the group is expanded. To collapse the content of a single panel in Photoshop, double-click its tab name. To show it again, click its tab name. To collapse and expand all the panels in a dock in Photoshop, click the Collapse to Icons or Expand Panels buttons, which look like double right-pointing or left-pointing arrows in the upper right or upper left corners of the panel docks at the right or left sides of the screen, respectively. When a panel dock is collapsed, you can click the icons for its panels to show the panels to the side of the icons. You can then click the icons again to hide them. The Collapse to Icons or Expand Panels buttons also appear for panels in floating panel tab groups, which also lets you expand and collapse those if needed. To switch between panels in an expanded panel tab group in Photoshop, click the tab name of the panel to view. To close a floating panel or panel tab group when it appears over the document windows in Photoshop, click the small X button in the upper right corner of its panel or panel tab group. To close a docked panel in Photoshop, right-click its panel tab name and then select the Close command from the pop-up menu that appears. To close a panel tab group in Photoshop, right-click any panel tab name in the panel tab group, and then select the Close Tab Group command from the pop-up menu that appears. To view the panel options for a panel in Photoshop, click the panel tab name to make it active, and then click the panel menu icon, which looks like three small stacked horizontal lines in the upper right corner of the panel to show a menu of panel options from which you can select. However, unlike most other panels, note that the Tools panel does not contain a Panel Options button. To use the panels in Photoshop, click the buttons, drop-downs, and fields available in the panel to set values and make choices as needed. Each panel contains different options. If desired, to perform math on existing numeric values within fields in panels that contain numeric values, click before or after the current value, and then type your mathematical operators and values as needed. Then press the Enter key on your keyboard. Alternatively, you can also simply select the current values to replace them with a new value you type or with a new mathematical expression you type as desired. To prevent accidentally moving panels in a workspace, you can lock your workspace. To toggle the Lock Workspace feature on or off in Photoshop, select Window, Workspace, Lock Workspace from the menu bar. When enabled, this prevents you from moving panels in Photoshop. You can tell if it is enabled or disabled by clicking the Window command in the menu bar, rolling over the Workspace command, and then looking at the Lock Workspace command in the side menu that appears. If the command is checked, it is enabled. If unchecked, it is disabled. Remember to click the subscribe button to see more of our videos. See our full suite of courses, instruction manuals, and quick reference guides at www.teachucomp.com.